Hello people of Yeousch, and welcome back to my series, Skyrim Treasure Hunt. This is going to be part 3, and today we're going to be exploring Lost Valkygg right next to Labyrinthian, and over here as compared to Riverwood. Now if you guys don't know where this is, or if you would like to check the map a little bit more, or see me walk around a bit, you can actually check one of my other episodes, or if you'd like to see an area I explored before here where I found a ton of items worth a ton of money, go ahead and watch part 2. Part 1 was just, a demo, start everything off, but you can check that if you would like as well. Today, like I said, we're in Lost Valkygg. Now this is a ancient Nordic tomb with a bunch of drows, or Draugrs, I don't even know what they're called. I'm assuming it's like Draugr or something. But this is probably the toughest treasure hunt so far. It doesn't have a reward quite as big as Shalador's Maze did, but it has a couple pretty nice rewards. This place is, like I said, the most difficult, but still not too tough. There are some enemies later on that you probably will not be able to kill unless you're playing on a lower difficulty, and even then they'll probably be pretty tough on you guys. Mainly just because they have a ton of health, do a ton of damage. But I am playing on expert, so maybe if you guys are on lower difficulty, or if you're a higher level than me, which is 15, you could give it a try. Be mindful of all the urns on the way through here, and there's a couple ingredients you can pick up as well. But the urns have a substantial amount of gold. I think when you finish this area, you'll probably have like 300, 400 gold just from the urns and stuff like that. Now watch out, there's another drawer on the table here. The first one, as you saw, you can hit with arrows, and then he'll just come running at you. You can finish him off really quick. Make sure, if whatever way you fight him, to combo your shouts with whatever. It really helps you out, stuns the enemies a bit. But I'm using mainly destruction because these guys do a nasty bit of damage, mainly because I'm just on expert. But they do a nasty bit of damage even through your block, so I'm using mainly my destruction magic, keeping them at a distance, and making sure to combo my shouts. But yeah, that seems to be most effective. I do take a couple hits, and they don't do a ton of damage, but be careful. You can run out of healing items really quick. Even if you have heal, you still want to be careful, mainly because you can get teamed up if you go too far in the ruins at one time, or aren't careful enough, and you don't finish the enemies off as you should. It can be a lot tougher, but just make sure to be cautious. I'm going through this area pretty quick though, because I actually have gone through this area that I'm exploring right now a couple times before and died, and you guys will actually find out what killed me. It was nothing like I've ever fought before, but you guys will see that as well. Mainly there are weapon treasures in this area. There's also a pretty decent scroll you guys will like, but stay tuned for all that. If you guys think you'd like some expensive items that you can sell in a quick amount of time, this area doesn't take very long to get through, and especially if you watch my walkthrough, it won't be that hard. This is actually continuing off pretty much right after part 2. I was exploring Labyrinthian, and the Labyrinthian and Lost Valkygg are right next to each other, and they have a substantial amount of treasures that you can obtain, so I would recommend going here, at least doing the Shalador's Maze like I did in part 2. There's a lot of valuable things you can grab. There are no shouts in this area. That would have been nice at least to get some treasure and a shout like I did in Shalador's Maze, but I'm not able to. There's also, if you guys are wondering, outside of Lost Valkygg, there's a couple, ruins and places, and you actually find something called the Wooden Mask, but that is way later on in the game. When you do that, you have to do all the quests for the College of Winterhold, I think, or maybe the Companions. I think probably both. I think you have to do all the quests for both to actually progress through Lost Valkygg, and you actually fight the Death Dragon, or the Iron Dragon, the Bone Lord Dragon, I don't know what it's called. But I was reading a little bit on this area. There's not actually a full amount of information, so there's actually no point in you guys looking. Just progress the part through here, and you'll know when you come back, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, mainly all in this area there is no enemies besides Draugrs. Now there is different levels of the Drows. Just the simple ones, the Drows, whatever. They just have a little bit of health. One of them uses the bow, I think, when you come through here, and the other one I think has it's just a sword or axe. I don't know. But those guys die like in 2 fire bolts, so I'm thinking they have about 100 health. Now these guys are Draugr Whites. They're a lot stronger. They have visibly they have more armor, and they have a lot more health. So just be careful with these guys. They're nothing too tough. Then the next ones are the Restless. Oh boy, I think the Restless are about the same difficulty as the Whites. Maybe a little bit weaker. I actually think the Restless Draugrs are a little bit weaker than the Whites. And then I think that's all that you've seen so far. Sure, there goes a nice kill move. Throw one in there for you guys. I love those. They look really cool. Something they carried over from Fallout, which is pretty good. Nothing bad about it. I actually enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I just wish that they were either quicker or more fluid. I don't know. I'm not complaining though. I mean, I love this game. I'm sure many of you are loving this game as well. We're about to get into an area where we're going to start finding some of the treasure, but also there are some more enemies we're going to have to clear out. There's one that comes out of this coffin behind me, and I already know about him. I'm going to actually try to get him out. I'm actually going to take him out in a second and turn around. As you see, yeah. That's some of my tonic, and I go ahead and start burning them up. This is a Restless Draugr, and they're about the same level of difficulty as the white ones, the Draugr Whites. Conjuring a creature has been something I really do much. I much prefer just using destruction magic, but go ahead and put them down with my sword right there. Check all the bodies too. They have a nice amount of gold themselves, just the enemies. Check all the urns and the burial urns and all those too. They also have a nice amount of gold. Usually a gem. This one right here has a gem. I think I had ruby. Yeah, ruby. I think it's worth 200 gold. That's also a pretty nice find just in itself. A little herb. And then here's a book that increases your pickpocketing. Make sure to check the satchel. Nothing great, but you get a chicken egg, small antlers, and void salts. And I pretty much figured out that they're telling you to mix them all right here at this table. And it's exactly what I did. And it makes a potion of magic resistance. Let's go ahead and see. Here's the chicken egg. Go ahead and mix that with small antlers and then the void salts. And it makes create a potion of resist magic. Yep, pretty helpful. Not in this area, but I'm sure later on it'll be pretty helpful. It also helps you discover the effects of several ingredients, which is nice as well in itself. I just figured that they were telling you to mix all that stuff. Now right here is a part where you have to be very careful. There's a trap right here. I don't know if you guys see it, but there's a pressure plate under me, which is the reason I'm standing off to one side. When you open this door, just go ahead and go in as fast as you can. Probably want to sprint right in here just to be safe, because the pressure plate actually activates a bunch of darts that shoot at you if you stand outside of the door. But if you go in, then you'll be fine. And then when you go in, you'll see me just run straight out. That works too. After you go in, just run straight out. Keep heading out, and you'll be fine. You'll set the pressure plate off, but you shouldn't be hit by any of the things if you run, if you do sprint. So just be careful with that. Nothing too tough. Nice. See, there's some berry urns, some more gold, some more stuff, some salts. And there's also a horn tail if you guys want to grab one. I already have one, so there's one for me. See them all shooting out now. As I walk past you, run past again, you hear him again. Now there's a guy in a coffin right here. He's gonna come out and he's going to fight my firetronic. I'm gonna kill him while I stay back. Well, I use my flametronic as defense. Freeze him with my shout. Slows him down, doesn't do damage, not too much. Just go ahead and finish him off. He died oddly fast, actually. Now over here is where you have to be extremely careful. These things are called whatever they're called, Deathlords. This first one right here has a bow. I did enough to him learn so that I should just use my potion. I made his visibility. But this guy right here, the first one, has a bow. That's what he attacks you with. I know he carries around a weapon at first, but he switches right to his bow. I'm on expert, and when I block his arrows, when I block one arrow that hits my shield, it kills me and knocks me into a wall. I'm not joking. I took an arrow, one arrow kills me, and if you get, one arrow kills me, and if I blocked one, it knocked me into a wall and killed me too. Now you don't even try to block his arrows. Use it. If you have invisibility, use it to get past him. Grab the skull right here. It's a nice treasure, 250. It can be helpful later on. I wouldn't recommend using it right here. It didn't really help me in the escape that much. I was wondering how much damage the Stormatronic would actually be able to do. I don't think he really does much. But be careful right here. Actually, I'm getting stuck on this, trying to get over and dropping into this. Do exactly as I do. Don't do that. Don't do that part. Drop down on this one into the next one. There's also another Overlord down here. I was not expecting that. This guy will definitely kill you in one hit. I don't think even on normal difficulty, because his weapon right here is the most valuable thing that I'm going to find in this treasure hunt video. So you probably are going to want to kill him if you come here to make it worth your while. I don't know what bow the other one is using, but I'm assuming it's a powerful bow doing that much damage, but who knows? It's probably just an overpowered enemy. Probably like 100 archery or some crazy crap. And his arrows, actually, one of the times I died, I didn't record it. His arrows are just ancient Nordic arrows. There's nothing special about them. They're not enchanted. They don't do extra damage. They're just ancient Nordic arrows. Not supposed to do just a little bit of damage. But yeah, either his bow is overpowered or just he's overpowered. Now you come out here right on the other side. You can actually go in this door. I think first. I'm not sure if it was locked or not. And just get the ebony thing. But sorry, I almost spoiled it there. You guys will see it in a second. But you could just come in this door, I think, and just fight this one first to make it easier on yourself later on. You guys saw where it was as compared to the ruins. It's up the staircase to the left. It's not too tough to find. Just walk around the ruins a bit. Just watch out for the frost trolls, the toughest things. I've actually killed every one of them now with my fire magic. This chest has some gold, just 52, and this is the door you'd be safe from this guy with the warhammer. He does have a shout. You guys will see him me. It does no damage, even though he's overpowered. It's just the first unrelenting force. All it does is really stumble you. If you're up closer, knock you into a wall and play an animation like he won't have killed you. But I realized right here he can't hit me. He's going to stand over there the rest of the time, and I'm going to kill him with my arrow after I hit him with the fireball. Just start on the destruction stats, so he casts another full swat on me. But wasn't able to damage him very much. I'm actually able to heal him naturally just over time faster than he can do damage with that shout. Thankfully. But if you sneak, I found out that he doesn't attack you as often with the shout. I don't know if he attacks me often. He attacks me one more time. But if you sneak and use a bow like I'm about to, he actually stops attacking me altogether. I'm not sure exactly why. And I actually end up getting some sneak attacks. You guys will see this. It's actually pretty crazy. Look, go ahead and equip my bow of searing flames. Yes, it's a custom dwarven bow that I made, or glass bow, custom glass bow I made. I'm just shooting arrows at him. 5 fire damage is added to each arrow. Since I made this enchantment, it also has a nice amount of casts. If you guys can see the enchantment, it's not going down very fast. But yeah, I'm just shooting my iron arrows at him. Doing it little bit by little bit. You guys will see he has a ton of health. I think my bow does 20 damage or 18. My enchantment is doing 5, so it's 23, and my arrows do around 10, I think. So I'm hitting for about close to 30, 35 damage. When I do sneak attacks, it's even more. And it is not doing very much. See, he stops attacking me now. I'm using my bow, and then I got a sneak attack for 2 times damage. I don't know why. It's just like every 4th or 5th arrow, it randomly just does. Oh, there's another one. I don't know. I think maybe every arrow's doing a sneak attack. It's crazy. Nope. Okay, wait. There we go. There goes another one. Every other arrow does a sneak attack. It's strange. It really is. And I know he bowed down, which is just like preparing you to do a kill move on him. But I didn't run over and risk it. These guys are just too tough. I mean, he would have just one-hit me if he stood back up and I was unable to kill him. And I would have just went flying. But here is the biggest treasure of this treasure hunt, so I hope you guys are ready. Ebony Warhammer. I know you can smith these and it's nothing awesome, but early on in the game, 1700 value, 1725 value, that's a pretty nice haul. I was actually pretty lucky to find this, and if you kill the other guy, I'm sure he probably has an ebony bow, which is probably worth around the same. So that's a pretty nice haul overall, and if you guys can handle the other Draugr Deathlord, then it's even better, I'm sure. If anybody finds out what the other one is, go ahead and tell me, because I cannot handle him, I'm an expert. I might turn the difficulty down and kill him just to find out. I'm not sure. I really wouldn't want to do that. It's kind of cheap. But yep, pretty nice haul overall. A bunch of gems, bunch of gold by itself, 400. I know it's nothing amazing. And then the Ebony Warhammer, worth 1,725 gold itself. If your speech skill is pretty high, you'll get a nice amount of gold for that, nice amount of coin. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Treasure Hunt Part 2. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to go for no, this is Part 3. Check out Part 2 for a bunch of stuff, a bunch of stamps, a bunch of spellbooks and all that. Check out that part. For Part 5, or for Part 4, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to go yet. Maybe you guys can suggest something. I'm thinking Darkshade Cavern. I'm not sure what's in there at all at this point. I'm thinking about it. I'm also thinking about some other ruins that I found, because with the way that this turned out with all the gold and treasure from this ruins, I think it might be worth it. I'm not sure. But here I go, I equip my Ebony Warhammer, demo it. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series of this episode of Treasure Hunt. I love each and every one of my viewers. I thank you guys for your continued support. Please like and fave.